Hello everyone. I am happy to welcome you once again. I welcome you all for the course on refrigeration and air conditioning. Today you are going to learn about how the vapor compression refrigeration system works, what are the components in it, what are their functions and what are their benefits and what are the disadvantages of vapor compression refrigeration system by watching this video. In the vapor refrigeration systems, instead of air, vapors like ammonia, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, freon are used as working fluids. The heat carried away by the air in an air refrigeration system is in the form of sensible heat that the COP of the air refrigeration system is very less. This difficulty is overcome by vapor compression refrigeration system. In vapor refrigeration system, heat carried away by the vapor in the form of latent heat of the refrigerant so that the refrigeration capacity per kg of refrigerant is more compared with air refrigeration system. The vapor refrigeration system is divided into two types: vapor compression refrigeration system and vapor absorption refrigeration system. In this video, I am going to explain about vapor compression refrigeration system. Vapor compression refrigeration system used for all purpose refrigeration. They are being used for the last 100 years, but with the development in compressors design and an increase in their compressor speed has increased their uses nowadays. The modern refrigerator plants of the vapor compression type has several advantages over the air refrigeration system. The principal advantages are smaller size for given capacity of the refrigeration and less running cost. The main advantage is smaller size. For the same capacity, this vapor compression refrigeration system size is less compared with air refrigeration system, and cost of running this vapor compression refrigeration system also less compared with air refrigeration for the same refrigeration effect. In this system of vapor compression refrigeration system, the vapor alternatively undergoes a change of phase from vapor to liquid and liquid to vapor. From the exit of the evaporator to the inlet of the condenser part, the refrigerant is in vapor form. From the exit of the condenser to inlet of the evaporator, the refrigerant is in liquid form. That means the refrigerant vapor alternatively undergoes a phase change from vapor to liquid and liquid to vapor during the cycle. The heat absorptions in the refrigerated area causes phase change process from liquid to vapor. So the phase change occurs by latent heat of the refrigerant. While comparing this latent heat with the sensible heat, the latent heat capacity is always more. So hence this system produces more refrigeration effect compared to the air refrigeration for the same capacity. This is a sketch of a vapor compression refrigeration system. It has four components: a compressor, condenser, expansion valve and evaporator. This is similar to the air refrigeration system except the way the liquid refrigerant is allowed to expand here. In case of air refrigeration, this expansion device is a turbine. In air refrigeration, the air temperature is reduced by allowing the air to expand in a turbine. In case of vapor compression system, this expansion device is a capillary tube. Small tonnage requirement systems. The small tonnage requirement systems are our household refrigerators and room air conditioners. Their tonnage requirements varies from 0.5 tons of refrigeration to 3 tons of refrigeration. So in refrigerators, and air conditioners, this expansion valve is nothing but a capillary tube. That means this liquid refrigerant is allowed to expand with the help of capillary tube. So here in vapor compression system, this expansion is a throttling process. This valve is nothing but a throttling valve. The expansion of liquid is takes place by with the help of throttling valve. That means in refrigerator and air conditioners, capillary is act as a throttling device. Let's discuss the various components one by one. Compressor. A compressor is the most important and often costliest component in the vapor compression refrigeration system. Typically, the cost of this system is cost of the compressor is 30 to 40% cost of the total equipment of the any vapor compression refrigeration system. The function of the compressor in a vapor compression refrigeration system is not only compress the low pressure vapor to high pressure vapor, it's also draw the vapor from the evaporator. By drawing the vapor from the evaporator, it creates the vacuum in this and it facilitates the flow of refrigeration through this evaporator. So this compressor performs two functions. One is continuously draw the refrigerant vapor from the evaporator so that a low pressure, low temperature can be maintained in the evaporator. In that low pressure and low temperature, refrigerant can boil by extracting the heat from this refrigerated space. The second function is once the low pressure vapor refrigerant gets into the compressor, it compresses into high pressure vapor. So the compressor has two functions. One is drawing the low pressure vapor from the evaporator. The second function is compressing that low pressure vapor into high pressure vapor refrigerant. Reciprocating compressors are generally used. However, for very big plants, centrifugal compressors are used. Next component is condenser. Condenser is a coil of tubes made up of copper. The purpose of the condenser is to condense this high pressure vapor refrigerant which comes out from the compressor into high pressure liquid refrigerant. Expansion valve. This is a throttle valve. Once again I am reminding you, in air refrigeration system this expansion device is a turbine. In case of vapor compression refrigeration system of small tonnage requirement, this expansion valve is a capillary tube. A high pressure liquid refrigerant is made to flow at a controlled rate through this valve. This liquid refrigerant is partially evaporates while passing through this valve. So at this point the refrigerant condition is not purely a liquid, it is in the form of liquid with little vapor. Then the next component is the evaporator. Evaporator need to be kept where the refrigeration effect is required. The evaporator is nothing but it is a coil of tubes made up of copper similar to a condenser. It is the actual cooler and kept in the space to be cooled. In our split air conditioner, the indoor unit is nothing but evaporator. When refrigerant flows through the evaporator, it picks up heat from the space which is to be cooled and became fully vaporized. So at the exit of the evaporator, the condition of the refrigerant is low pressure vapor. Construction. The whole vapor compression refrigeration system can be divided into two parts. One is high pressure side, other one is low pressure side. The high pressure side, which includes the delivery line from the compressor and the condenser and the inlet line of the expansion valve. The low pressure line, which includes the exit of the expansion valve, the evaporator and the piping from this evaporator exit to the inlet of the compressor. Now let's discuss the working principle of vapor compression refrigeration system. The low pressure vapor which comes out of the evaporator is sent to the compressor. In the compressor, it gets compressed and leaves the compressor as high pressure vapor refrigerant. This high pressure vapor refrigerant then allowed to enter or allowed to pass through this condenser, where it gets cooled and leaves the condenser as high pressure liquid. To cool this high pressure vapor in the condenser, air or water can be used. After this high pressure liquid from the condenser enters the expansion valve and becomes the low pressure and low temperature liquid refrigerant here. At this point, the temperature of the refrigerant is minimum. This low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant then passes through the evaporator and absorbs the heat from the space to be cooled. That is, it takes the heat from this area. Due to absorption of heat, it gets vaporized, and this space provides the heat to the refrigerant and its temperature gets reduced. By this way, the required refrigeration effect is obtained in this area, and this low pressure vapor from this evaporator again sent to the compressor. This cycle repeats. This is the working principle of vapor compression refrigeration system. That's all. Thank you for watching this video.